Commander Zethkara stared at the holographic display, her 6 eyes blinking in sequence as she processed the impossible data streaming across her neural interface. The readings couldn't be correct. No species had ever achieved what the humans claimed to have done. "Verification complete, Commander," her aide, Lieutenant Vexoth, reported with barely concealed disbelief. "The humans have successfully opened a stable wormhole without using the gate. Network. The Galactic Council had controlled interstellar travel for over 50,000 years through their monopoly on the gate. Network, ancient structures left behind by the mysterious precursors. Every civilized species knew the rules. You request passage, pay the astronomical fees, and wait for approval. The gates were the only way to traverse the vast distances between star systems in any reasonable time frame. 3 months ago, humanity had been denied access to the gate network indefinitely. The Council had deemed them too aggressive and technologically unpredictable after humans had developed fusion weapons in just 2 centuries of spaceflight, a timeline that had taken most species millennia. "Show me the footage again," Zethkara commanded. The hologram shimmered, displaying the moment that would forever change galactic politics. In the void near Earth's solar system, space itself had begun to writhe and tear, reality bent inward like fabric being stretched to its breaking point, until suddenly, a perfect sphere of absolute blackness appeared, crackling with energies that made even seasoned xenobiologists uncomfortable. Through that impossible aperture, a human fleet had emerged near the Proxima Centauri system, bypassing 17 gates and covering a distance that should have taken standard drives 300 years. "How?" Zethkara whispered, though she already suspected the answer would terrify her. The communication array chimed. Admiral Sarah Chen's weathered face appeared on the screen, her expression carrying the particular brand of polite menace that humans had perfected. "Commander Zethkara," Chen said with a slight smile, "I trust our little demonstration was enlightening?" "Admiral Chen, the Council wishes to know how humanity has achieved this impossible feat." Chen's smile widened. "Impossible? Commander, I think you've forgotten something fundamental about our species. We don't accept impossible very gracefully." The human leaned back in her chair, her demeanor shifting from diplomatic to almost conversational. "When you closed the gates to us, you assumed we'd simply wait around, maybe spend a few decades groveling for reconsideration. But see, that's not really our style." Zethkara felt her species equivalent of a chill run down her spine. "Admiral, you cannot seriously expect us to believe you developed faster than light travel from scratch in 3 months. 3 months? Chen laughed, a sound that somehow managed to be both warm and threatening. "Oh no, Commander. We've been working on this for decades. The gate closure just gave us the motivation to finish it." The hologram shifted, showing technical schematics that made Zethkara's scientific training scream in protest. The humans had essentially weaponized quantum mechanics, using controlled antimatter explosions to punch holes through space-time itself. "You're creating artificial black holes," Zethkara breathed. "The energy requirements alone should be impossible," yes, Chen interrupted. "But then again, most species said the same thing about our nuclear weapons, our artificial intelligence, our genetic modification techniques, and our nanotechnology. We have a bit of a track record with impossible, don't we?" Lieutenant Vexoth stepped forward, his voice trembling slightly. "Admiral, surely you understand the implications of this technology? The potential for catastrophic accidents." "Oh, we understand perfectly," Chen replied, her tone growing colder. "Just like we understood the implications when the Council decided to strand us in our home system." Funny how perspective changes things. The display updated, showing dozens of human ships emerging from tiers in space-time across the galaxy. They weren't just traveling. They were establishing trade routes, making contact with isolated worlds, and offering their services to species who had been exploited by the Council's gate monopoly. "The Council's authority is based on controlling travel," Chen continued. "Take that away and what are you left with? A bunch of bureaucrats sitting around a table, arguing about policies that no longer matter." Zethkara felt the foundations of galactic civilization shifting beneath her feet. "What do you want?" "Want?" Chen seemed genuinely amused by the question. "We want what we've always wanted, Commander. Freedom to explore, trade, and live our lives without some self-appointed authority deciding our fate for us." The human admiral stood, straightening her uniform. "The gates will remain closed to us?" Fine, we'll make our own roads. You want to control who gets to travel between stars? Go ahead and try. But understand this. Humanity doesn't ask permission anymore. As the communication ended, Kara stared at the tactical display showing human ships spreading across the galaxy like wildfire. In a single afternoon, they had made the most powerful governmental body in galactic history irrelevant. Her aide approached nervously. Orders, Commander? Kara thought about the human phrase she'd learned during their brief diplomatic relations. When one door closes, another opens. But humans, it seemed, didn't just wait for doors to open. They built entirely new buildings. Send a message to the council, she said finally. Tell them we need to discuss new arrangements. Outside the viewport, another human ship emerged from a fresh tear in reality, its hull gleaming with the confidence of a species that had just proved that when the universe said no, they simply rewrote the rules. The age of gates was ending. The age of human ingenuity had begun,